More importantly, we need to remind others that God will win in the end. Yes. So I know some of you are sacrificing from your spouse, but just keep up the fight. Don't quit. Because in the end, God will win.
Just surrender.
That's the third ring in marriage.
If your spouse is hitting you, just bear the pain.
Yeah.
Is she hitting you? No? Are you hitting her? No. Nobody has any right to physically hurt anybody. Understand? Has anybody slapped the face of the spouse? Please don't answer me. Number one, persecution. Opposition from the world is the price we pay for following Christ. Amen. Remember, no pain, no gain. No defense. He wants us to use our talents for the kingdom. Christ is inviting us to trust that ultimately the victory of good over evil belongs to God. Remember, God has His time and place for everything. I have been told that you always talk about Jesus. Don't you have anything else to talk about? I've been told that. And my answer was simple. Well, Jesus is everything. Jesus is everything. Inasmuch as He is everything, what else should I talk about other than Him? Get the point? Jesus is everything, really. So there's no defense. Wisdom from above. By the way, does anybody know of any divorce lawyer? No, because I'm trying to help someone.
Oh.
You know why? Because this the husband, she could barely speak English, but she says the husband was evil. And the court says $1,200 every month for child support. He's only paying $400. Sometimes he misses. I wanted to help her, so I'll see what I can do. Nobody knows. You know? Nothing. I'll Google. What's the last name? Okay. Wisdom from above. When we stay close to Christ in prayer and deed, He takes over our lives little by little. Our selfishness fades. Our heart grows. We die to ourselves. Remember John the Baptist? He must increase and I must decrease. Beautiful, beautiful thing. There'll be less of me, I, myself. Little by little it goes away. It's all become Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Thursday, Simon was called Peter and his brother Andrew. Come after me, and I will make you fishers of men. But once they left their nets. Remember, they were the sons of Zebedee. I showed you in the diagram where they fit in. As Jesus walked by, highlight number 1, third line from the bottom. How much happens in my life, prepared and intended by God to help me follow Him more closely? And all I see is an accident, a coincidence. How many times do we say, oh, luckily, luckily? just so happens. No, no, no. There's no such thing as coincidence. God is in charge. God is making things happen for us. And it's our job to discern it and feel His presence in what's going on. So if something is not going quite as we intended it to be, do not feel discouraged. Do not feel discouraged. That's the intention of God. That's God's will.
It's not the will of God.
If you have your spouse, live with it. That's your spouse. You get it?
Yep.
Our spouses have shortcomings, including mine.
Lakas ng loob.
I have shortcomings. I have shortcomings.
Let us see the tape.
Why
I'm
do you
editing
encourage
it.
divorce?
Do you know that all of us have shortcomings?
Yeah.
All right, so there's nothing wrong with what I said.
Marriage is a marriage.
All of us have shortcomings.
So
I'm
divorce
sure
is
even Rose has shortcomings. Right, Nolly?
Oh, yeah. Because we have both.
You're both what? Huh?
We have both shortcomings.
Oh, very good.
We are all
So there should no encouragement
sinners.
for divorce, regardless of the situation.
Say
Just
that
ask-
again.
There's no encouragement for divorce, regardless of the situation. You just ask a divorce number.
Remember, they're not married anymore. They had divorced long time ago. Even they're from Egypt. They're not even. I didn't even know her when they divorced. Understand?
Okay.
I'm just trying to mitigate whatever sufferings she's suffering from now.
I'm just trying to raise the language.
But you're right. Absolutely, you're right. There's no. The Bible says no divorce. You have to live with what you have.
Yeah.
Fortunately or unfortunately, you have to live with him or her.
for better or for worse.
Vicky is so lucky.
Even though you get I mean, in that case, like if the marriage is not really working, like what's the point of being
Oh.
together?
Talk to the priest.
Yeah, but
You pray for them.
if they're not like that,
It's only fornication. That allows you.
why live in a marriage that's not working?
Example of what's
It's
not
part of the
working.
package. Man,
Which one is
they
not
all have
working?
the same mind.
What is not working?
Do you believe prayer can work? Prayer can change situations?
See, you got him mad now.
Let's see what happens.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He's a rabbi in Jerusalem.
Yeah, but we can't just force them. Like, I mean, we know where we at. We know our beliefs, but even though we know they're
Okay.
Catholic,
Can I
don't
answer
think-
you?
I don't think we can.
You're right. We cannot force anyone. But we can always tell them what Jesus said. It's up to them to decide whether to continue with that or not.
It's easier to say I do.
The marriage.
You know that I just got a letter from the Cardinal, Cardinal Tobin. The question was very simple. Are you prepared to commit yourself all life not to marry again in case something happens to your wife? Yes or no?
Because you're a deacon?
Because I will be. Yeah. In other words, he will ordain me if I promise him that I will not marry again. I don't care what I see in other women. I don't care how beautiful they may be. I cannot marry them anymore.
But you told us, I mean, even before, it's like months ago, that you can only marry once as a deacon.
Once.
If you were not married when you were ordained, but they don't want any deacon getting married, even if you will become a deacon single. You cannot get married.
So is he gonna ordain her?